Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of Jefferson Nickels, coins that many people overlook, but collectors know can be extremely valuable. These coins have been minted for decades, and certain years, mint marks, and rare varieties can be worth far more than just 5 cents. Some Jefferson Nickels can sell for thousands or even millions of dollars if you know what to look for. We'll explore the rare dates, minting errors, and hidden features that make these nickels highly sought after in the coin collecting world. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to share insider tips that could help you spot a Jefferson nickel in your collection that's worth serious money. Don't miss a single detail. Your pocket change could be a hidden treasure. First up, 2000 D Jefferson Nickel, the valuable United States 5 cents coin. The 2000 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark is one of those coins that many people overlook in their change. Yet it holds an interesting place in American coinage and can be worth far more than just 5 cents. Struck at the Denver Mint, the D mint mark can be found to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait, and it's this small detail that instantly tells you where the coin was made. In the year 2000, both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced Jefferson Nickels, but collectors often search for specific characteristics in the Denver issue that can make it especially desirable. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, you'll see the long-standing design of President Thomas Jefferson, created by Felix Schlag in 1938. His portrait faces left, with the word Liberty and the year 2000 to the right, and the motto, "In God We Trust," along the left side. This design is simple yet elegant, and it remained unchanged for decades, becoming one of the most familiar faces in American currency. Turning to the reverse, you find Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, centered with fine architectural detail. The name Monticello is inscribed above the building, with 5 cents and United States of America beneath. Above the roofline appears the motto, E pluribus unum, a phrase that has been part of America's coinage for generations. These design elements are timeless, and for many collectors, they represent the final years before design changes began in the Jefferson Nickel series. While millions of 2000 D nickels were produced, not all are the same in terms of appeal and value. Coins that have remained in excellent condition, showing full design details and attractive surfaces, can be worth more to collectors than heavily worn examples. Small differences in how the coin was struck can also influence its desirability. One feature that often attracts attention is the clarity of the steps on Monticello. When all the steps are visible and sharply defined, it shows that the coin was struck with extra precision. This level of detail is not common in coins that have been in circulation for many years, and finding one with sharp steps can make it far more sought after. Another factor that can make the 2000 D Jefferson Nickel valuable is the presence of a mint error or variety. These are coins that, during the striking process, received some kind of unintentional change. It could be a double design, where letters or numbers appear to have a shadowed or overlapping look. It could be an off-center strike, where the design is shifted away from its usual position. Sometimes the coin might have an unusual planchet shape or a small section missing from the edge. Any of these can make the coin stand out to a collector and raise its value. Searching for these coins can be exciting because they can appear anywhere, in bank rolls, pocket change, or even in old jars and drawers at home. Many people have handled a 2000 D nickel without realizing its potential value, so keeping a careful eye on details is important. Even the tiniest difference in design or strike can mean you have something special. The year 2000 was also significant in that it marked the end of a century and the beginning of a new one. Coins from this time carry that connection to the turn of the millennium, adding to their appeal for some collectors who like to mark historic dates in their collections. The 2000 D nickel sits within that moment in history, and for those building date and mint mark sets, it's an essential piece. Coins from the Denver Mint can sometimes have slightly different characteristics than those from Philadelphia. This can include small variations in strike sharpness, surface appearance, and overall detail. Collectors enjoy comparing coins from different mints, and having a sharp, attractive 2000 D nickel can make a collection more complete and appealing. It's also worth paying attention to the luster, which is the way light reflects off the surface of the coin. Even a circulated example can sometimes keep a bright, reflective look that makes it more attractive than dull, worn pieces. Toning, the natural coloration that develops on coins over time, can also make a coin unique. Some nickels develop soft golden, blue, or even violet hues, which many collectors find appealing. When you find a 2000D Jefferson nickel in good condition, or with an unusual feature, it's worth setting aside. Even if it doesn't look dramatically different at first glance, the right combination of sharp detail, strong strike, and appealing appearance can make it valuable. Coins with well-defined lettering, crisp images, and no major damage are the ones collectors tend to keep. The Jefferson Nickel series has a long history, beginning in the late 1930s and continuing to the present day. Each year, each mint, and each small variation tells a part of that story. The 2000D nickel is part of the closing chapter before the series underwent major changes, and that alone makes it interesting to many collectors. So, the next time you come across a nickel from the year 2000 with a D mint mark, take a close look. Check the portrait, inspect Monticello's steps, notice the shine and color of the metal, and watch for anything unusual in the design. You may find that what you thought was an ordinary 5-cent piece is actually a valuable and collectible coin, one that connects you to American history and the world of coin collecting. Next up, the 1999 Jefferson Nickel with a D mint mark 5 cents coin from United States. The 1999 United States Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark is one of those coins that many people see every day but rarely take the time to examine. Yet, this small piece of pocket change can be a valuable Jefferson nickel that's worth far more than 5 cents. Produced at the Denver Mint, the D mint mark is located just to the right of the date on the obverse of the coin. Knowing exactly where to find this mint mark is the first step in identifying whether you have the 1999 D version, and it's important because certain Denver Mint nickels are more sought after by collectors. The obverse, or front, of this rare nickel features the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag in 1938. This image has appeared on the Jefferson Nickel series for decades. Around Jefferson's portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" on the left, "Liberty" in script on the right, and the year 1999 alongside the D mint mark. This design connects the coin to a long tradition of U.S. currency and makes it instantly recognizable to collectors searching for valuable 1999 nickels. On the reverse side, you'll find the detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, complete with its dome, columns, and wide steps. Above the building is the motto E Pluribus Unum, while below is the name Monticello, the denomination 5 cents, and United States of America. The steps on Monticello are especially important when identifying full steps Jefferson nickels, a variety that collectors value highly because all the lines on the steps are fully visible and sharply struck. A 1999 D nickel with full steps is not easy to find in circulation, and these can be rare and valuable nickels worth setting aside. Even though millions of 1999 D Jefferson nickels were minted, not all are the same when it comes to condition and value. Most have been in circulation for over 20 years, meaning the majority are worn down and missing fine details. But sharp, well-preserved examples can be valuable coins to look for and change. Collectors especially like coins with strong details in Jefferson's hair, crisp lettering, and complete steps on Monticello. Another reason the 1999 D nickel can be worth more than face value is the possibility of coin errors. A mint error nickel occurs when something goes wrong during the minting process. Examples include double die nickels, where parts of the design such as letters or numbers appear doubled, off-center strikes, where the image is shifted, repunched mint marks, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing, and die cracks, where raised lines appear due to damage in the die. These error nickels are much scarcer than regular coins, and some can sell for a substantial premium. Searching for valuable Jefferson nickels, like this one, is a rewarding part of coin collecting. You might find them in your change, in coin rolls from the bank, or in old jars of coins stored away for years. Many people don't realize they've been holding on to rare nickels worth money, so it pays to check carefully. Look closely at every 1999 nickel you come across, especially those with the D mint mark. The year 1999 also has special significance in coin collecting because it marks the final year before the new millennium. Coins from this year are sometimes kept as souvenirs of the century's end, but for the 1999 D Jefferson Nickel, it also represents one of the last years of the original long-running Jefferson design before changes came in the early 2000s. This makes it a historically interesting nickel for collectors who want to complete a date and mint mark set. The Denver Mint is known for producing coins with generally strong strikes, but that doesn't mean every coin is perfect. Small differences in strike quality, planchet quality, or die wear can create subtle variations between coins. Some coins from this year and mint are exceptional, showing sharp details and original mint luster, the reflective surface created during striking. Finding a lustrous Jefferson Nickel from 1999 with the D mint mark is always a great addition to any collection. Toning can also play a role in the appeal of a valuable nickel. Over time, some coins develop natural colors like gold, blue, violet, or a mix of shades. This toning can make each coin unique, and while it happens naturally due to environmental conditions, collectors often enjoy owning toned nickels because no two will look exactly alike. For anyone building a collection of United States nickels, the 1999 D Jefferson Nickel is an important piece. It's part of a series that began in 1938 and continues to this day, and it connects directly to the legacy of Thomas Jefferson. Whether you find one in change, purchase one from another collector, or discover a rare error, this is a coin worth keeping an eye out for. Every coin tells a story, and the story of the 1999 D nickel is one of American history, mint craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovering something valuable where you least expect it. If you take the time to look closely at your nickels, you might spot one with sharp full steps, an unusual error, or a beautiful natural tone. That ordinary-looking 5-cent piece could actually be one of the most valuable nickels in your collection. So, the next time you see a 1999 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, don't just spend it without checking. Examine Jefferson's portrait, the steps of Monticello, and every small detail. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, unusual colors, or any features that could make it a rare and valuable coin. You never know. Your pocket change might just be hiding a small treasure from the Denver Mint that's worth far more than its face value. Next up, the 2000 United States Jefferson Nickel 5 cents coin with the P mint mark. The 2000 United States 5 cents Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark is a coin that many people have seen and spent without a second thought, yet it holds a hidden value that can surprise even experienced collectors. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, this Jefferson Nickel features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the famous Monticello building on the reverse. While it may appear to be just an ordinary nickel, certain examples of the 2000 P Jefferson Nickel can be worth far more than their face value due to rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. The obverse side of the coin shows the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. Above Jefferson's head is the word Liberty, followed by the date 2000, with the P mint mark placed just to the right of the portrait. The reverse of the coin depicts Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, with the word Monticello centered below, the denomination 5 cents beneath that, and the words United States of America along the bottom rim. This design is not only rich in historical significance, but also makes the Jefferson Nickel one of the most recognizable coins in American history. When it comes to the 2000 P Jefferson Nickel, collectors look for examples in pristine condition, as well as coins with unique minting characteristics. Some coins from this year exhibit striking errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, die clashes, or double dies. These errors can dramatically increase the value of the coin, especially when they are clearly visible to the naked eye. Even small variations in the strike, luster, or detail can make certain examples stand out among millions. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large quantity of Jefferson Nickels in the year 2000, but not all of them are equal in the eyes of collectors. While a typical circulated example might only be worth its face value, an uncirculated or error example can be worth several times more. Some rare varieties from this year, with sharp details, strong strikes, and clean surfaces are sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium to add them to their collection. One of the key things to look for in the 2000p Jefferson nickel is the sharpness of the details on Jefferson's portrait and the clarity of the steps on Monticello. Coins that show full steps on the reverse are harder to find and are often more desirable among collectors. A full step coin indicates that the die was fresh and that the coin received a strong strike during minting, resulting in crisp and well-defined details. Another factor that adds value to these coins is their historical significance. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it has carried the Monticello design for decades. The year 2000 falls into the period just before the U.S. Mint made significant design changes to the nickel in the mid-2000s. As such, coins from this year can represent the end of an era for certain collectors, making them more appealing to own. Minting errors from the Philadelphia Mint in 2000 are especially collectible. For example, coins that show doubling in the inscriptions Liberty or In God We Trust can be worth far more than a standard nickel. Die cracks that run across the portrait or through Monticello also attract collector interest. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during minting, are rarer but highly valued. While the coin's face value is just 5 cents, its true worth depends on condition, rarity, and demand. Collectors often search through rolls of nickels from banks, coin shops, and private sellers in hopes of finding a high-quality 2000p Jefferson nickel. Those who are patient and know what to look for can uncover coins worth many times their face value. If you have a 2000p Jefferson nickel in your possession, it's worth taking a closer look. Check the details on Jefferson's portrait, examine the steps on Monticello, and look for any unusual marks or doubling. Even a small minting error can transform an ordinary nickel into a valuable collectible. The appeal of the 2000p Jefferson nickel lies not only in its potential monetary value, but also in its place in American numismatic history. Each coin tells a story, from the artistry of its design to the journey it has taken through circulation. For many collectors, owning such a coin is about more than profit. It's about preserving a small piece of history. In summary, the 2000 United States 5-cent Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark is a coin that deserves attention. Whether it's the sharpness of its strike, the presence of full steps, or the discovery of a rare minting error, this nickel can be far more valuable than most people realize. It's a reminder that even the smallest coins in your pocket change could be hiding a hidden treasure. Now we'll explore the legendary 2001 United States 5-cent coin with the D mint mark. The 2001 United States 5-cent Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is a fascinating coin that every collector and coin enthusiast should know about. Minted in Denver in the year 2001, this Jefferson nickel holds a special place in modern U.S. coinage. Even though it's a relatively recent coin, certain examples can be surprisingly valuable due to factors like mintage, condition, minting variations, and historical significance. Many people may pass by this coin in their pocket change without realizing that they could be holding a small piece of collectible history. The D mint mark, located on the obverse side near Jefferson's portrait, indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints of the United States. The 2001 D Jefferson nickel continues the long-running series that began in 1938, featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. This design had been in use for decades by the time this coin was issued, making it instantly recognizable to Americans everywhere. While the design itself may seem common, what makes certain 2001 D nickels stand out is a combination of rarity and higher quality, possible minor variations, and collector interest in completing year-end mint mark sets. Collectors often search for well-struck examples with sharp details and minimal wear, as these are much harder to find in everyday circulation. In terms of mintage, millions of these coins were produced, but that doesn't mean they are all equal in value. Over time, circulation wears down the details of Jefferson's hair, the lettering, and the Monticello building on the reverse, making pristine coins much more desirable. Coins that retain full details, strong luster, and no significant damage, can attract strong interest from collectors. Even though the 2001D Jefferson Nickel is a modern coin, finding one in exceptional condition can be challenging because most entered circulation and have been handled countless times over more than 2 decades. Another aspect that can increase the value of a 2001D Jefferson Nickel is the presence of minting errors or die varieties. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, or improperly prepared planchets can make a coin highly collectible. While not every 2001D nickel has these characteristics, it is worth carefully examining any that you find to see if there are unusual features. Even minor errors can make a coin more appealing to collectors and increase its value well beyond face value. The year 2001 also falls right before the major design changes in the Jefferson Nickel series, which began in 2004 with the Westward Journey Nickels. This timing gives the 2001D nickel added interest as one of the final years of the traditional Monticello reverse before the redesign. Coins from this transitional period often become more desirable to collectors over time, especially as pristine examples become harder to locate. For this reason, setting aside high-quality 2001D nickels today could be a wise decision for the future. When searching for valuable examples of the 2001D Jefferson Nickel, pay attention to details like the clarity of Jefferson's portrait, the sharpness of the steps on Monticello, and the overall condition of the fields, or flat areas, on both sides of the coin. The more detail and luster the coin has, the more attractive it will be to collectors. Even though it's a coin you might find in everyday change, certain examples can be worth many times their face value due to condition, rarity, and collector demand. Many coin enthusiasts enjoy building complete date and mint mark sets of Jefferson Nickels, and the 2001D is an important piece in that collection. As time passes, finding this coin in uncirculated condition will become increasingly difficult, which could drive up its value. Even circulated examples that are free of major scratches or discoloration can hold appeal for those seeking to complete a set. This is why it's important to check your change and examine every nickel you come across. You never know when you might spot a valuable coin. The Jefferson Nickel series is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, and each year's mint mark variation tells a part of that story. The 2001D nickel is not just a common 5-cent piece. It is a piece of American history, a product of the Denver Mint's craftsmanship, and potentially a hidden treasure. If you happen to come across one in your collection, take the time to study it closely. Look for exceptional condition, sharp details, and any unusual features that could set it apart. You might be holding a coin that collectors are willing to pay far more than its face value to own. Because of its position in the series, its connection to the pre-redesign era, and its potential for minting anomalies, the 2001 United States 5-cent Jefferson Nickel with a D mint mark remains a coin worth looking for. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, this is one coin that proves valuable finds are still out there. Holding onto the right example today could mean holding onto a valuable collectible tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for this Denver minted Jefferson Nickel. It could be worth much more than you think. Lastly, we'll explore the 2002 United States 5-cent coin with the P mint mark. The 2002 United States 5-cent Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark is a coin that many people still have in their pocket change. Yet most don't realize that it can be far more valuable than its face value. This particular nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as shown by the P mint mark on the coin. The design features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, facing left, with the word Liberty in his handwriting style, the year 2002, and the mint mark P, located just after the year. Above Jefferson's head, you'll see the motto, "In God We Trust," while the reverse of the coin displays the famous Monticello building, Jefferson's Virginia home, along with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Even though 2002 was a modern year for U.S. coinage, collectors still pay attention to this date, especially in the Jefferson Nickel series. The 2002 P. Jefferson Nickel is interesting because coins from this era can sometimes show striking errors, die varieties, or other unique characteristics that greatly increase their value. It's not just about age, condition, rarity in certain strikes, and demand among collectors play major roles in determining worth. There are examples of 2002 P. Jefferson Nickels being sought after due to unusual die breaks, double dies, and other minting anomalies that set them apart from regular circulation coins. When you look closely at a 2002 P. Jefferson Nickel, pay attention to the details in Jefferson's portrait, the sharpness of the lettering, and the definition in the Monticello building. Strong, bold strikes with clear details tend to attract more collector interest. The steps on Monticello, known in the collecting world as full steps, are a key visual feature. If they are complete and uninterrupted, it often means the coin was well struck and can be more desirable. While most people spend these coins without a second thought, the reality is that certain 2002 P. Jefferson Nickels can be worth much more than 5 cents to a knowledgeable collector. This coin is part of the long-running Jefferson Nickel series, which began in 1938 and continues to be a popular area of collecting in the numismatic community. By the year 2002, the design had remained mostly unchanged for decades, making each date and mint mark combination an important piece of the series for collectors who strive to complete full sets. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins, but that doesn't mean they are all the same. Scarcity and top condition, combined with any minting errors, can make the right coin a valuable find. If you have a 2002 United States 5-cent Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark, it's worth taking a closer look at it before spending it. Check for crisp details, unusual markings, or any signs of doubling or misalignment. While most examples may be common, the rare ones are out there, hiding in jars of change, old rolls from the bank, or even in everyday circulation. For collectors who know what to look for, finding one of these valuable varieties can be exciting and rewarding. The 2002 P. Jefferson Nickel proves that not all modern coins are worthless to collectors. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and collector demand, this coin can hold significant value. Many people have these coins without realizing their potential, and that's why it's always worth inspecting your change. Whether it's for historical interest, completing a set, or the thrill of finding a valuable piece, the 2002 Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark remains a coin worth knowing about and keeping an eye out for. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2000 United States 5-cent Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark, the 2001 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark, and the 2002 Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark. As we've seen, these coins might seem like ordinary change, but certain mint years, mint marks, and rare details can make them highly collectible and potentially valuable. Whether they're hiding in your coin jar, tucked away in an old collection, or found in circulation, these Jefferson Nickels are worth a closer look. If you enjoyed learning about these coins and want to discover more valuable finds in U.S. coinage, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video with other collectors or friends who might have these coins without realizing their worth. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next valuable coin could already be in your pocket.